Hi, Juliet Stapleton here. Today I want to address a very important question that may be on your mind, especially if you are just starting getting visible, you just started maybe doing video, and you're wondering, what's the story with the comments? How do people interact with the comments? Why am I not getting this ladder of comments on my videos? And are they even listening? Do they care? Do they bother, with me? Maybe what I'm saying is not interesting enough. Maybe what I'm saying they're not relating to. And so I'm here today to put you at ease. And as I said, my name is Juliet Stapleton. I'm known as the Queen of Visibility. I'm a visibility strategist who have built my business using my personal profile, connecting to people, and going through all these things myself, in the last couple of years, and resulting in obviously building my visibility, building my authority, building my online business, and really bringing the life of my dreams into my reality. So I want to share with you a little bit about the engagement, the comments on your videos, and how this whole thing works. One of the most important things in when you are showing up, especially when you're showing up on video, is to remember that a lot of people will watch your videos and listen to you, and sometimes they get so engrossed into who you are with your energy, you will be the last one to know. You will be the last one to realize that you have the energy. This is what happens over time, and you get to know that through feedback that you're getting, through loads of maybe sometimes private messages, comments somewhere else, but not necessarily on your videos. One of the most important approaches and mindsets that you have to have with visibility and using videos to communicate with people is actually there's two things. One is that videos is where people feel your energy. That will never happen with writing. With writing, people can resonate with what you're saying, but when you're reading text, it's always a one-way street. When I'm reading a long piece of text, that story that I'm reading will bounce off my personal experiences, my life stories, and then I'll try and find a point of reference. Well, that's all happening automatically, obviously, in my brain, but that's how I will resonate with it. But actually, very often, I might not even exactly got your message and what you were trying to say based on your life stories and experiences, right? So that's where the debates sometimes happen on the posts, where people, they read them, but maybe they didn't even read them properly. And don't be angry at people who don't read properly, because, and there's studies been made, we actually don't read when we're online because there's so much information in our brains. The moment we go online, our brains become very dumb, sort of like we have very short attention span. So what happens with the text, we scan it. Rather than reading, like if you had a book and you would read every line, we actually scan the text. So for people like myself who are constantly online, and I spend much more time reading text on screen than say in the book, I actually find myself losing the ability of reading things properly, word by word. And it's a natural thing, we're living in the era, what they call an era of digital distraction. So this is one of the reasons why sometimes people misunderstand what you wrote straight away, assumed that you meant one thing, they didn't read properly, and then the debate happens in the comments. Sometimes it doesn't happen in the comments, they just didn't comment at all. But that's the thing with the writing, right? Sometimes it's easier for us to express ourselves in writing because we feel we're more in control. Whereas when you're doing a live video, you want to be fluent, you want to come up with stuff, you don't want to do ums and think about what you're going to say. But the truth is that if you're not used to doing live videos, it will take you time to build that fluency up. Think about learning a language, a foreign language, right? You would build your fluency over time. There's no way that you can get fluent straight away. There's no way that you're going to be fluent in 2 weeks or 1 month, right? It takes time. Sometimes it takes a year. In fact, it took me a year to get fluent on my live videos, and without much prep, just thinking about what I'm going to say, but without actual prep, just go in and speak. And I'm here talking for 5 minutes now without any scripts, without any bullet points, but that took practice, and sometimes I do forget what I was going to say. And sometimes, so being fluent is one thing, and we are much less in control, and especially in the beginning we feel completely out of control because we don't know, it's like such a new thing, and we don't know what to expect, we don't know what they expect. Well, you shouldn't worry about what they expect, because at the end of the day, it's all about them, it's not about you. So you need to worry about what you can do is just do it and say what you have to say, create bullet points, create notes. Sometimes I have notes that I write if I do a training, and it's okay to look down, and it's okay, you don't have to be perfect. So one of the things about the live videos, that you are less in control and your perfectionism kicks in, and while in the writing you can, you have more control and you can change things. When the word came out of your mouth on a live stream, it came out, and there's nothing you can do. So that's one of the things that you need to remember about the live stream. But you also have to, the question was here that, what about the comments, and, and how, how do you create the engagement? Well, the truth is that engagement is created over time. And also when you hear marketers and talking about engagement, there's different types of engagement and different types of businesses, and not every business and not every even person will create those huge number of comments. Usually there's certain events that people when people talk about, I don't know, births and deaths and marriages and all those things, that and anything that people can congratulate creates a lot of comments. Anything controversial and polarizing will create a lot of comments. Anything like a really good photograph can create a lot of comments when it comes with a video. If it's a video, unless it's a training, right, and it's a training that has been promoted and there's a lot of live viewers, which doesn't happen in the beginning, doesn't happen, don't expect it, right? There won't be a huge ladder of live streaming comments. In fact, when you're a coach, if you are a service provider, you will never go viral, you will never have that. It's the going viral is for pictures of cats or very, very occasionally personal stories, some really interesting personal stories, but we're not, it just doesn't happen to us, especially when we're showing up as and we want to create a business out of our live streaming, right? We need to connect so much deeper. This is what I teach inside my strategies. This is what I teach inside my Fearless Client Attraction Academy, the Fearless Visibility Bootcamp, inside my membership program, Empowered Visibility Tribe. This is what I'm saying. You don't expect this huge, like nuclear reaction, and all of a sudden you're going to have all these comments. This is something that happens sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't happen. That's okay too. It's a natural thing. The more you're going to talk about your business, the less engagement you're going to get. The more you talk about your cats or dogs, the more engagement you will get. That's just a natural, it's a nature of social media interaction, right? Our goal here is to understand that actually businesses are built on relationships that are also built on things that we have in common. So loving cats or dogs is much more interactive with us, and we can talk about our food, than some serious matters. And another aspect as well I want to mention is and I think I said that in the beginning, people get engrossed in what you are saying and forget to comment. That happens to me with very interesting videos. I forget to comment. And also another thing is people's personality. Some people are not really big into commenting, depending on what device they are. Maybe sometimes, some people find it, like young people, they're so used to being on their phones. My daughter types so fast on the phone. I still type with one finger. I hate typing on the phone. And then my space bar is positioned so close to the home button that I miss it often, and then it closes the application and everything. So that stops me from really commenting on the mobile phone. I comment a lot when I watch something on my desktop, but over 80% of all people on Facebook are on their phones, right? So that could be one of the reasons why you don't get like big comments as well, especially on your videos. The other thing as well is time. Of course, the time is important, and sometimes people just jump in and they see a little bit of your video. They don't actually watch the whole of your video. That's why it's important to reintroduce yourself if you're new and your visibility is still not like strong, your position is not strong. You need to reintroduce yourself. And again, I covered out inside some of my trainings like confident live streams, one-on-one, in depth, right? But this is something that so the questions, why am I doing this video, is because I had a question from a person in my 11-day live video challenge, bringing this, that was a concern, and one of the things that they were concerned with, like, should you ask a question in the comments, because if you do a video, and especially we're doing videos inside live video challenge to gain confidence, to practice, so of course a lot of people will watch, they will love you, but they will say thank you for sharing, but they're not actually going to go into a huge discussion. And it's a very natural thing, like sometimes you share it, but it's not really a discussion. And also we have to watch several videos at a time as well. So don't just put always things into context, like where are you going live? What exactly is the audience? Who are in your audience? Is there a lot of right people that you've attracted in your audience, or is just random people? Because if you have, let's say, 200, 300 people, friends on your personal profile, and then you go live and those friends are not actually interested in what you are doing, obviously the interaction is not going to be that great, if any at all. So that's where the strategies come in, with expanding and growing your audience, and growing your audience with the right people and inspiring them with a mixture of live streams and writing posts. It's not just one or the other, but video is the future, not just because it's such a great way of communication, not just because it takes less time than writing something. Actually, live streaming is also great because you can see the non-verbal communications, you see our facial expressions, you see the gestures that we make when we talk, you actually hear our accents, you can see inside our eyes, you can just feel that energy on a real spiritual level. You can feel the energy, whether we're compatible even or not, because the energy speaks for itself. And the only way to connect to people is through your energy, and the video is where the energy can be felt, and you cannot feel that energy on on pictures. You cannot feel that energy on pictures, you cannot feel that energy on written text. It's not that, right? So it's kind of like you need to have that. Written word is very important, and I write a lot, but you need to show up. The whole thing about all my programs, there is a word like fearless and empowerment, is because I tell people who come to me to stop hiding. There's so many forms of hiding. Writing posts is also a form of hiding. Sharing links to other people's work is also a form of hiding. And video is where you're not hiding. And video is where you connect. So it's also the fastest way to build your business, because you will connect to the right people. And some of those right people will want what you do. And they will prefer to work with you over anybody else because they've connected to you on a personal level. And this is what is the foundation of everything I teach. Make sense? So this is important that you remember that you can ask questions. You, of course, want to create more comments. So ask questions, interact on your comments. There is no limit. You're not going to feel invasive. You're not going to, even if you're an introvert like me, even if you feel uneasy talking to strangers, it's something that it's a muscle, and you can work it out. You're capable of making it strong. You're capable of breaking through your limitations and the stories that you're pretty much telling yourself all the time. And you are capable of being visible as who you are, and you deserve it, because each one of us is an amazing individual with a lot of light inside. And when we choose not to hide that light but show it to the world, there's a lot of people out there who need that light. So let's not make it about us, and let's make it about them. So I hope that you enjoyed this live stream, and my name is Julia Stapleton. I'm known as the Queen of Visibility. So as they say, trust me, I'm a doctor. I like to say, trust me, I'm the Queen of Visibility. I've lived through it. And I really, really see what's actually working in the social media as the way of connecting with people and the way of building your businesses and your dream lives.